Hi guys, and welcome to the first part of this week's Coffee and Hair Show. As ever, taking you through all the new stuff into the store in terms of graphic novels, trade paperbacks. As you can probably see, rather large collections as well this week. So plenty to dig into, a couple of top-ups of bits and pieces for the back catalogue, but quite a lot of new releases this week as well. So first up is Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. So this is part of the Marvel Modern Era Epic Collection line, where they're reprinting some of the more well-regarded stories, some of the more iconic stories of the last 10, 15, 20 years, and instead of calling them epic collections, which usually deals with stuff in the 60s, 70s, 80s, they're calling them the modern era epic collections. So for this one, you've got Spider-Gwen, the 2015 series, 9 to 24, plus the annual, plus some all-new Wolverine annual, and Spider-Man 12 to 14. So this is volume 2 of the Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider modern era. Next up you have Grimm. We're up to volume 3 now of Stephanie Phillips and Flaviano's great Grim Reaper story. Really enjoyed this one myself. I've been collecting this in single issues ever since the start. Some great covers, great art, and some great world building as well. Highly recommend that. Next up is Antarctica, which is a mini-series from Image Comics. Simon Burks on writing duties. You have Will Roberts on art duties. Really good sort of deep sci-fi stuff, echoes of The Thing as well, of course, with that Antarctic setting. Really cool stuff there. Next up we have Aerosmith, so smart in their fine uniforms. I've never read this. Keith is a big fan of it. Kurt Busiek and Carlos Pacheco. There's a couple of volumes of it, and this is the very start of it. So Aerosmith 1 to 6. The war to end all war, this time with dragons. So fantasy, real world collide. Next up is Brian Hill's recent relaunch of Blade. This is the first 5 issues with art by Elena Casagrande. Great to see Blade actually getting an ongoing comic instead of just being part of teens in the Marvel Universe. An X-book up next, which is Children of the Vault. So this was a 4-issue miniseries from Denise Campbell Luca Maresca. From the pages of X-Men comes the next stage in human evolution. Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer, we're as far as volume 3 now. We've been getting all the volumes of this in high fantasy stuff. Just gorgeous art, gorgeous covers, and Frazetta's iconic character. Death Dealer makes a triumphant return to life. So that is volume 3. A more traditional epic collection, which is Daredevil, A Woman Called Widow. This is volume 4, which covers 1970 to 1972, which is where Daredevil and Black Widow's partnership begins. And this contains Daredevil 64 to 86, Iron Man 35, and material from Iron Man 36. Next up is Spider-Verse. Traverse the Spider-Verse with a swarm of spiders, familiar, fresh, and flabbergasting. This collects the Edge of Spider-Verse series from 2014, 1 to 5, Edge of Spider-Verse 2022, 1 to 5, Edge of Spider-Verse 2023, 1 to 4. So basically all your different spiders all in one place. Dune House of Atreides, we've got volume 2 back in stock. We've been getting these hardcovers back in, printed through Boom Studios. Really good for fans of the property / movie. Next up is Jean Grey, Flames of Fear. Now this is written by Louise Simonson, Bernard Chang with art. Legendary writer Louise Simonson returns to put Jean Grey in the spotlight. So another 4-issue miniseries collection. Next up, I've grabbed one of these myself. Looks really cool. Weird Work from Jordan Thomas and Shaky Kane. Cops, Cults, Crooks, and Corruption. It's weird work, but somebody's got to do it. Really looking forward to this. Heightened reality stuff, cracking looking art, and very original and unique looking take. Next up is the final volume of Time Before Time out this week. So Rory McConville, Declan Shelby. You've had Joe Palmer working on it. You've had a couple of different artists as well. It's collects issues 25 to 29. So all 5 volumes of Time Before Time now available. Definitely a big one this week is Void Rivals, the trade paperback. So Robert Kirkman, of course, Lorenzo De Felici on art of the Oblivion Song team. This started out as just the new Kirkman book, that very quickly became the launching pad for the Energon universe, linking Transformers to this. I mean, this is a great book in its own right anyway. I've been saying that to quite a few people. Obviously, it has that addition of Transformers being in it and that surprise element, but that wouldn't matter if it was a crap story. But it's actually really good. So this is the first 6 issues of that. Speaking of the creme de la creme, I don't even need to say anything, but I will say something anyway. Deadly Class, the compendium has finally arrived. So Marvel, DC, Image have been pumping out these compendiums regularly recently. A lot of the Jan Generator stuff, a lot of the Rick Remender stuff, things like Black Science, Low, that kind of thing. But they've been putting out compendiums for Nailbiter, Oblivion, Song, loads and loads of good stuff. There's a Sex Criminals one coming. So Deadly Class, I don't need to talk any more about it. You guys know how much I love it. This is the entire saga for £55 in your hand. It's less than £1 an issue, because this contains the entire run, which is 1 to 56, and also the free Comic Book Day 2019 one-shot as well. So the absolute best way you could spend your money in this store, and the most value for money you would get. Next up is Invincible, the compendium. So again, we've been selling out of these, getting them back in stock, selling out of these, getting them back in stock. So Compendium 1 back in stock, the first 47 issues, or 48 issues because you have a 0 issue, of Mark Grayson's adventures. Again, this is the 20th anniversary hardcover, so again, these are a wee bit more expensive because they're bound hardcovers as opposed to the softer compendiums, but just beautiful editions, and as I say, every time they come in, they just sell out. Next up is the third hardcover for Night Terrors. So we've already had the first two arrive in the main story and the Gotham set one. Well, this one is Nightmare League. So this contains like all the stuff from the Justice League characters, so the likes of Night Terrors, Green Lantern, Action Comics, The Flash, Wonder Woman, etc., etc. So I think that's all 3 volumes of Night Terrors out. And then we finish off with a rather glorious looking thing. This is beautiful. Dark Knight's Death Metal, the omnibus from DC Comics. So of course Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, their sequel to the original Dark Knight's Metal. Just glorious design on this. And this is the definitive tome for Dark Knight's Death Metal. So you've got the 7-issue miniseries, then you've got all the one-shot tie-ins. So things like Rise of the New God, Multiverse's End, Robin Kane, etc., etc. And then you also get a few issues of Justice League in there as well. So welcome to the world of Death Metal. So that is everything coming into the store and going on to the shelves this week. Some of them, of course, will be in the new release racks. Some of them will just be integrated into the back catalogue. And, I'm trying my best to signpost it a little more clearly. We're working on a few things at the moment, whether we're not, just to improve the store, and hopefully it just makes it better for you guys to come to. So I hope you enjoyed this as ever. I hope it proved useful, and I hope to see you in the store throughout the week. So take it easy.